Before we start today's show, we want to invite you to stick around at the end of the episode to enjoy a preview of a new podcast that premieres on July 14th. As the industry's exclusive cannabis podcast network, MJBulls is proud to present Women Leading in Cannabis. Join host Kira Reed each week for inspirational discussions with women who are leading the cannabis industry.
We saw these folks communicating on social media, and of course that's regulated, and these places like Facebook and Instagram can shut these businesses down as far as their communication. And so we knew that these companies would need a better way to not only connect, but a safe and secure environment with which to procure product and bring product to market.
From MJBulls Media, it's the Raising Cannabis Capital Show. Today on Raising Cannabis Capital, we are joined by Zach Williams from Go Go Cannabiz. Zach, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Dan. It's more than a pleasure to be on your show. This is great.
Well, I'm looking forward to this conversation because Oklahoma, it's kind of late to the cannabis game, but it's caught up so fast. And I think most of our listeners will be surprised just how quickly the cannabis industry is growing in Oklahoma. Maybe to start off with, just kind of give us an idea just how big the cannabis industry has already become in Oklahoma.
Oh, sure, no problem. And to that point, I'd love to bring up this first question, and that's if I told you that Oklahoma would register more medical marijuana patients within the first 6 months of legalizing than a state like Pennsylvania, a state with more than 3 times as many people, would you believe me?
No.
And the answer to that, just like you said, is absolutely not. Nobody believes that. Just to give you some more stats, there are over 178,000 approved medical marijuana patients in this state already, and that's over 5% of our population. I mean, that percentage right there should jump out at you. It's over 4,200 licensed commercial growers, over 1,800 licensed dispensaries, and nearly 1,200 licensed processors. You know, obviously, that's over 7,000 businesses for sure. It's amazing.
You said 6 months?
In the first 6 months, they registered more medical marijuana patients than a state like Pennsylvania.
Wow.
I don't know how that translates over the first year. It's been a while since I looked at Pennsylvania's numbers and did some comparison, but those are numbers that jump out of you. I had no qualms in claiming that Oklahoma is definitely the fastest growing medicinal market in the U.S. and for that matter, probably the planet. And you say something like that, and it sounds like hyperbole, but I think that's actually the case.
I just know it. People within the industry were just caught off guard, but everyone is heading to Oklahoma. But one of the things that happens when an industry grows this quickly is it creates a lot of business bottlenecks because it takes time to build business relationships. Like, dispensaries don't know the growers don't know the processors, and it becomes really chaotic to try to do business when you don't know where you're going to get your next supply or where you're going to get and that's kind of where Go Go Cannabiz comes in.
You speak to a gap, if maybe that's the best term there. You speak to a gap that we identified early on. As the market propped up and people started coming online, dispensaries started selling product, and growers started coming to harvest. And we saw these folks communicating on social media, and of course that's regulated, and these places like Facebook and Instagram can shut these businesses down as far as their communication. And so we knew that these companies would need a better way to not only connect, but a safe and secure environment with which to procure product and bring product to market. And so it just seemed a natural fit. And we've really proved that concept within Oklahoma itself. And we're really starting to get traction with respect to removing that bottleneck. What we do in terms of a differentiator is obviously we're Oklahoma based and developed, and Oklahomans find that important. But more importantly, we're completely mobile based with the app. It exists in both iOS and Android, and of course desktop operations. So we bring incredible convenience to our users. This B2B platform. And we also combine that fantastic marketing exposure for brands all across the state with an order management system, a CRM system, data analytics, and a soon to be launched delivery management solution that has us teaming up with licensed transportation companies.
Oh, that's so important. I mean, if you have a brand, especially in a new state, and you got to get relationships, build relationships, how does anybody even know about your brand? And in the dispensaries, they're running low on stuff. Who do they go to? There's so much of these gaps, as you said, and that's where you guys come in. Now, to become a buyer or a seller on your marketplace, what's the process?
Well, it's really quick. They just go to our website, whether you're a retailer or a dispensary or a brand like a processor or a grower. You can just go to our website, click the sign up button, and then it shows you your options. We do separate the users there. And so for somebody like a processor who not only needs to procure product, but also take product to market, they would need to utilize 2 different accounts for that application, but it's still super convenient and all housed within one app.
And you verify their license when they apply?
We do.
Okay.
We do. The process is as quick as we can do it. We personally verify and vet all of these businesses. So if they go through the process of signing up for our marketplace, they need to show us a copy of their license. We need to cross-reference that with the Oklahoma Medical Marijuana Authority's license database. Once we do that and we verify that they're a real business, they're verified, and they are who they say they are, we go ahead and approve their access to the marketplace.
I've seen other marketplace business models, but I noticed in your business model, you don't charge a percentage of sale, which I think is unique. Tell us how you do it.
I'm glad you brought that up. We feel that a subscription-based service is the best way to go about it. And that's primarily because we want to help companies transact business. We want to help them make connections. We don't want to take a piece of their business, if that makes sense to you.
Right.
So that's why we bring in the subscription model as a way for us to keep the app up and to support them.
You're thinking more of long-term. This is big picture. You're not in, get out. You're going to build relationships just like you want these people on your marketplace to build relationships. I give you a lot of credit. I think that's the way to go.
Appreciate it. And that's correct. I mean, again, it's about the community and it's about a sustainable model rather than just get all we can.
Yeah. So what's next for Go Go Cannabiz?
One of the great things about something like talking to you is as we further entrench our marketplace and our ecosystem here in Oklahoma, we will be looking to not only expand our feature set for the app, but we also want to expand our marketing efforts, bolster and support operations, and that's for the anticipated launch into additional states.
Oh.
And this will also expand and accelerate our direct sales initiatives while we entrench our ecosystem in the state of Oklahoma, if you will, getting it right, making this something that not only makes the market here in Oklahoma very robust and liquid. We want to bring that feature set to other states.
Yeah, so get it right in Oklahoma, work out all the bugs. The state's certainly busy enough, and then expand. Makes a lot of sense.
Sure.
Makes a lot of sense. It's going to be expensive. Are you going to have some opportunities for investors to participate?
Absolutely. Aside from the fact that we bootstrapped this and then took on a small friends and family round, we are looking for accredited investors that can help us really dominate this market here in Oklahoma and then expand into additional markets.
Okay.
And to that end, we believe in full transparency. And so if somebody's listening to this podcast and they're an accredited investor and they're interested, we'll go ahead and grant them all access to our investor drive, and they can see all pertinent investment docs like our pitch deck, our business plan, sales playbook, etc.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Well, we've been speaking with Zach Williams from Go Go Cannabiz, and we'll have all of his contact information on the MJBulls website. And, I'm sure if you want to talk to Zach offline, I'm sure he'll be interested in talking to you about how he can help you with his marketplace, or if there's an opportunities to maybe work together. Zach, thanks for being on the show.
Dan, it's really been a pleasure, and thank you so much for not only this interview, but for what you do for this market in general. This is really a great podcast.
Well, it's a lot of fun. I tell you, it's a lot of fun to meet, especially meeting guys like you who are really, taking things to the next level. So, well, good luck with this. Let's have you on again.
Dan, the pleasure's all mine. I can't wait.
Tell me, boy, you make me so bored. You need to walk the other way. I tell
My name is Kira Reed, and I'd like to invite you to be inspired by the women who are leading in the cannabis industry. Each week, we will discuss empowerment, leadership, and what it means to be a woman in charge in marijuana, hemp, and CBD. As the founder of the Women Empowered in Cannabis community, I have had the great pleasure to get to know many brilliant and talented women who are CEOs, executives, politicians, advocates, and community leaders that are focused on creating a cannabis economy that is just, fair, and equal. We'll learn how these women make decisions, how they navigate a predominantly male industry, and what they're doing to level the playing field for women. I hope you'll join us.